And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break. Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, as well, Inside Sports Fantasy Football. Of course, Joe Soro is always on LakersBall.com as Ox1947. Please support him as well at Simblades with a Y.com. And of course, everything that we do, including the Lakerholics at Lakerholics.com, our good friends Empire Jeff TV, also as well. Go ahead and check out Lakers in 5, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, the John McCalian channel, and more, and including our new good friend. Go ahead and check out what Tony B is up to each and every time out, his brand new Lakers devoted channel. Go ahead and hear what he has to say each and every time out right there at the Larry Lakers Dribbling Chit Chat. So go ahead and check that out today wherever you get your podcasts. But it is Lakers pregame. The Lakers are going to go ahead and start this 4-game road trip against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a place that is very familiar to LeBron James. Definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to go on today with this game, because the Lakers are in need of a win because they're 9-7, but they're falling behind a little bit in the Pacific Division. They're in third place in the Pacific Division, a game out from both the Sacramento Kings and also as well. Actually, I think they're half game out behind the Sacramento Kings and a full game out behind the Phoenix Suns. So we want to go ahead and make sure that we stay within arm's length of the Phoenix Suns with a win today. Looking forward to seeing if we can get on track. Plus, the Lakers have struggled all season long so far on the road. So definitely want to go ahead and get that corrected starting today with a win. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching, listening. Truly appreciate it. Please go ahead and support us all game long by stopping by Playback. Playback.tv/LakersFastBreak. I just turned it on. The watch party is now live. Playback.tv/LakersFastBreak. That is Playback.tv/LakersFastBreak. Be great to have you there. Love to have conversations with everybody during the game. You get to hear us uncut, unfiltered, and basically as raw as you want to hear us. All the crew, whenever they stop by, are really just adamant about the Lakers, and we show our love there. And then, of course, you stop back here. You stop back here for the post game. The best post game for the Lakers, that's right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. It is Gerald Glassford. Once again, I do want to give everybody an update of what's going on with the Lakers as of right now. Want to go ahead and say it's been reported that, I think we talked about it yesterday with our Black Friday special with Tony B. Rui Hashimura is out with a nasal fracture. Also as well, Cam Reddish has been downgraded to out. There was hope that he might be there for tonight's game. Unfortunately, he is out. Also as well, of course, you got Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent also out of the lineup tonight. So 4 rotation players out of the lineup tonight for the Lakers. So what does that leave? That leaves us the Lakers a little bit shorthanded, but no excuses. You've got LeBron and AD. You got to go ahead and attack that big front line of Cleveland pretty hard tonight. Obviously, you have to go ahead and try to win the rebounding battle if you can, and go ahead and see if you can dominate on the boards and shoot well enough from the outside with the D'Lo Austin Reeves combination to hopefully get the job done. Max Christie, I'm assuming, will start again in place of Cam Reddish. And then, of course, Taurean Prince out there. Hopefully, Taurean can carry over his success from the previous game over here today. Problem child, last night I was actually eating leftovers. I was actually making turkey tacos, to be honest with you. And actually, they were very tasty. It's a great way to go ahead and spice things up with the leftovers that you have from Thanksgiving. So absolutely. Lakers still will win. King Hudson 87 says, I'm hoping that's the case. I truly believe that they can go ahead and still pull out the victory. You know, LeBron is always excited to go ahead and play in Cleveland, you know, where he's from. He always loved to spend time there. You know, they just talked about dedicating a basketball court there earlier today. They were talking about it. I know that as far as the LeBron James home court, a museum chronicling the basketball star's career, according to Dave McMenamin on Twitter, opened today in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, about 45 minutes away. Just seemingly this town that he is so connected to. He's going to be juiced. He's going to be amped. But I'm looking forward to a great game from him, and also as well going ahead and making sure that the Lakers come home with a victory. Coach Darvin Ham says the Lakers just have to weather the storm in regards to the injuries. Yes, LeBron and AD have been upgraded to available. They are playing. I think with the shorthandedness of what the Lakers are going through, definitely want to go ahead and make sure that at least you have your two best players out there tonight. So looking forward to a good win and a good victory for the Lakers. 9-7 on the season. Again, a half game behind Sacramento, and also as well a full game behind the Phoenix Suns in the Pacific Division. So a win today would keep pace with those two teams. I do want to go ahead and update everyone on the group standings in the beloved NBA Cup. I don't know if you guys are excited about the NBA Cup. I've been noticing, just to offhand tell everyone out there, that I think that this has been great for NBA hoop heads and NBA really just hardcore NBA fans. For the TV audience, it's been, I guess, a pretty good number as far as that's concerned. I don't know for the general audience, especially our audience here, they really cared all that much, despite the Lakers winning their Group A, with a 4-0 record and moving on to the quarterfinals to host what will most likely be the wild card, which is the Phoenix Suns, coming up here in a not too distant future. I believe on not this Tuesday, because Tuesday is the final NBA Cup qualifying game. And then after that, you will have the quarterfinal, I believe, which will be the Los Angeles Lakers. And most likely, unless something strange happens on Tuesday, it will be the Phoenix Suns coming into Los Angeles. Right now, I've listed Donovan Mitchell as playing, but I've not heard anything as far as him being out of the mix as of yet. I'm going to look right now, just check on it. I looked on it earlier today. I did not see anything of that nature as far as him being out of lineup, but I am going to check once again just in case. So the injury report has not come through for him. Listing right now. Yep. Right now I see listing as his making the return for the Cavaliers. Him and Isaac Okoro should be back in the rotation, and in Donovan Mitchell's case, in the starting lineup. So that will cause problems for the Lakers, because obviously he is their biggest offensive scoring threat right there for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Lakers better be wary with their backcourt defense, which has been for a while now a source of much discussion amongst us here. So we'll see. Do I like the Clone Wars TV show? I'm not a huge fan of it, Kubro. I didn't say I don't like it. I just never really got into it very much. I just really kind of just only got in and out of the first couple seasons, and then maybe a couple shows in the back end as they closed out, just to figure out what's going on. But no, I never stayed with it. But I did watch Ahsoka, and I did have to go ahead and touch up on my Clone Wars education in order to go ahead and make sure I familiarize myself before getting into Ahsoka, which I do recommend. I thought that was a decent watch, pretty good watch on Disney Plus. So yes, I did like Ahsoka indeed. That part I did like. But I will tell you, this is the Lakers fast break. It is the Lakers facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, LeBron will be very motivated. We've seen this before many times when he heads back to Cleveland. Definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of imprint he can put on the game. But can he get the kind of support that he needs in order to go ahead and get the victory? We'll see what happens, but definitely looking forward to seeing what will happen in regards to that. And then I will say that I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of numbers he can do in his home. Well, I don't say his hometown. His hometown is Akron, so it's close enough to the Cleveland area where he is a much beloved figure, and definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do to get the job done tonight in Cleveland. So that game's coming up here in about 20 minutes. Looking forward to seeing you on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. I want to put up the link for you here in just a second to make sure you all get it right there. We're looking forward to seeing if we can have you over there. It's free to sign up and just be able to join us, be able to conversate back and forth with us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys and gals could be talking about on our chat. Joe will be there hopefully sometime during the game, and also as well, hopefully Magic Man. Also looking forward to seeing if Laker Nick, maybe even John McCallion, Stone Hansen, one of the guys maybe stopping by as well. Laker Nick, speaking of Laker Nick, he is a great part of our, of course, playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break live coverage. It is Laker Nick. And Laker Nick, great to have you here. Cool, bro. I will go ahead and contemplate that, and I will give you an answer back here probably sometime this evening on that. But Laker Nick, great to have you here, my friend. Your thoughts without Vando, without Gabe Vincent, without Rui Hashimura, and without Cam Reddish in the lineup. The Lakers rotation is thinner, but we still should have enough available to get the job done.
Yeah, Gerald, it's great to be here. Thanks for hosting. I agree. It is a depleted roster tonight, but it's next man up mentality. I'm hoping folks like Max Christie, obviously D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis, Christian Wood, maybe even Jackson Hayes are able to step up tonight. We know that Austin Reeves has been relegated to the bench. I assume he's still coming off the bench tonight. Gerald, is that correct, or has the starting lineup not yet been announced?
A starting lineup as of yet has not been announced, but I'm assuming it's going to be something like what we saw in the last game with Max Christie starting and then Torian Prince at the small forward. That's just my guess at this point in time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with so many absences, Gerald, would you anticipate this being Jalen Hood Shafino's debut?
That's a good possibility. He is away from the friendly confines of the crypt. Sometimes it's better to start people off, a little bit more slowly outside of the bright lights of LA. So that's a good possibility. They do need some sort of backcourt help, but if he gets switched on Donovan Mitchell, that I have great concerns with because you and I both have talked about his defense not being up to where it needs to be.
Yeah, Gerald, and in general, with the absences that we have tonight, with folks in the backcourt like D'Angelo Russell and also Austin Reeves. As we know, their defensive skills or commitment is questionable at best. So, to be completely forthright, I do have some concerns defensively coming into this game tonight. I'm obviously hoping for the best, but I don't think it's going to be an easy win by any means.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then, especially with Mitchell coming back into the lineup, what kind of dynamics does he bring, do you think, to this team, Cleveland Cavaliers, when he's in there, my friend?
Yeah, so Gerald, obviously Donovan Mitchell has been in the league now for several years now. We've gotten a chance to know him. We know that he's a high volume scorer and shooter, and so we can expect them to, take the bulk of the scoring or offensive responsibilities for the Cavaliers. I'm hoping that we're able to exploit him at least defensively, and that folks like Anthony Davis could start getting more touches earlier on. I know that over the past few games, Anthony Davis has struggled in the first couple quarters at least to assert himself, to actually shoot the ball. We had a game, a week or so ago where Anthony Davis finished with, I think he only had like 4 shots going into the fourth quarter, and we definitely do not need that to repeat itself today.
Just wanted to confirm to you that it is the starting five just now, just to let you know, will be LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Torian Prince, and D'Angelo Russell, as I had surmised, my friend. So there you have it, my friend. That's your starting lineup. It is going to be Max Christie getting another chance and opportunity. He didn't play horribly, but he didn't play great. Again, he's not had a great season at all. Any good games that I can think of, he was where he was consistently a plus out there on the floor. I'm talking proverbially, not plus minus, because as everybody else says, it is a misleading stat. Your thoughts on what Max Christie needs to do to step it up in order to get the win tonight for the Lakers?
Yeah. So Gerald, with Max Christie, I mean, he's shooting right at 20.0% for the year so far. So he's made 4 3 pointers out of 20 attempts.
Yeah.
And when you're shooting that poorly, not only could it be a technical or a skill issue, but I think it's a obviously a confidence issue, and it could affect him just emotionally on how he approaches the game and how he, actually, the type of confidence that he has to take long range threes. So I think for him, first of all, it has to start with his defense. If he could commit himself defensively, then he could start getting his offense going. He could maybe try to get some easy layups, some mid-range shots, just to get some points in. But I think for him, if he's able to just hold his own defensively, not turn the ball over, and in general, not be a negative out in the floor by essentially turning the ball over so much by missing so many 3 pointers, then I think he could, if not be a positive asset on the team, he could at least be a neutral.
I agree, my friend. I agree. Just something where he's not such a big distraction or detraction from what you're trying to accomplish out there. And then, of course, also as well, my friend, you have to make sure that the Lakers, we've talked about this all season long. The first quarter has been very disappointing for the Lakers overall. What do the Lakers need to do to actually start this road trip right and actually get a jump and actually either be it at least even or see what they can do to try and get a lead early on against Cleveland?
Yeah, Gerald, I think the key here would have to be, as I mentioned a little earlier, Anthony Davis asserting himself early on in the game,
Yeah,
both
I agree.
defensively and offensively. And just as another footnote to the discussion is that we've mentioned this before, especially during the playback watch parties, but staggering. I'm not sure to what extent that would actually be possible today with so many absences on the team, but staggering the minutes of D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves on the floor, especially given the defensive issues that both of them generate when they're both out on the floor. They're obviously slow-footed players, and they're also players that, to some degree, obviously need the ball in their hands. And I don't think they're. I'm not saying anything new, but I don't think they're compatible to be on the floor together, especially for long, extended periods of time.
I will tell you though, my friend, I am looking forward to this game. It sets the tone for the rest of the trip. And as I mentioned earlier, the Lakers, their success out of the NBA Cup aside, my friend, and the fact that they most likely will have a game waiting for them at home against the Suns to be in the, right now for their quarterfinal game. My bigger concern is that the Lakers have now let Phoenix Suns pass them as far as for the lead in the Pacific Division, and the Sacramento Kings are still a half game above them. So right now they sit in third place in the Pacific Division, and for me, it's about also as well them dropping to ninth place because of they were inactive yesterday. So they dropped to ninth place in the Western Conference as well. Not exactly where you want to be because if this goes awry on this trip like it did the last trip, my friend, the Lakers could find themselves under 500 and out of the top 10 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, no, you're totally right, Gerald. We're, at the point where games begin to count even more than they already have been, and I'm really hopeful that Ham has able to, or over the last like few days since the Lakers haven't had games, studied the film. Hopefully, as Magic Man has said, the players have read the scouting reports, have done their homework. I'm curious tonight again in considering the absences that the Lakers have. If I know part of the Lakers fan base contingent, especially Laker Tom, has been pushing for bigger and taller lineups. So I'm actually interested to see if Ham throws out there, a combination of Davis, Wood, even Hayes out there, just to mix things up a bit. I know that they've played some sporadic minutes so far in the league, but I'm curious to see if we see that take place tonight.
I'm curious as well, my friend. I'm just hoping that whatever the Lakers can do to go ahead and try and minimize the effectiveness of Mitchell. I'm not I don't want to say contain him, but if they can have him, they can if they can get him on a bad shooting day, they get him to go ahead and shoot inefficiently, right around 18 to 20 points for him, but taking 20 to 22, 25 shots. I think that gives the Lakers a much better chance for victory if they can go ahead and make sure that they contain most of the other players on that Cleveland roster because he is their true threat offensively. And if Mitchell is not efficient, it really is hard for Cleveland to manufacture points.
Yeah, no, that's completely correct. I agree with you, Gerald. And I'll be remiss to mention, and I think you mentioned this already, but with LeBron having a homecoming of sorts, although we know he's from Akron, he always tends to take a responsibility upon himself to put on a show for the Cleveland crowd. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have another vintage performance by LeBron James.
I agree with you, my friend. You know he loves playing in Cleveland because of all the ties there, and he's not going to disappoint. I think you're going to get vintage LeBron today, whether or not okay, I'll say this: you're going to get vintage usage LeBron James. How about that, my friend? You're going to get the shots, you're going to get the level of activity you want, whether or not you get the effectiveness or he tries too hard because he's in Cleveland. That is remains to be seen. But my friend, I think you are going to get a effort from LeBron tonight that we don't see as much or often as we do for during the regular season.
Yeah, no, definitely, Gerald. Just I'm hopeful that I'm cautiously optimistic that LeBron doesn't play 40 plus minutes, but I could definitely see him playing 35 minutes or more tonight. Obviously, depending on how the game sorts out, whether it's a blowout one way or the other. But I'm sure it generates a lot of nostalgia for him to be back there, and hopefully, Lakers come out with the W tonight.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. But it is, of course, Laker Nick. He is such a great part of what we do right below playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. That's playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Great to have you here, Nick. As always, you provide such great insight for us, and definitely looking forward to seeing if they will listen to you and prioritize getting AD comfortable, getting AD involved, and getting AD active early on in the game. Looking forward to that, my friend. Want to go ahead and mention that we will be on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break for the game. We'll be back here for the post game, and then tomorrow we bumped over the Lakerholic Spotlight. That'll be on tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. I know I have to get up early for that one, but we'll go ahead and get it done. It is, of course, the Lakerholic Spotlight on Sunday, indeed. But Laker Nick, my good friend, any last thoughts before we head on out?
No, I'm just like everyone else, looking forward to the game. Hoping it's a uh, non-stressful win, but again, that is wishful thinking, given what we've seen in the season so far. I just hope that they play with honest effort, with heart. Obviously, I want the win, but if we see things improve from a just a playing standpoint, and the team seems to be actually generating movement on offense, and it isn't just isolation basketball or mindless three pointers. We just want to see a basketball team that is functioning, that is cohesive, that is moving the ball around with intention, and not having, or hopefully not seeing, Mr. Darvin Ham with his hand in his pockets all game.
Exactly. And like Derek says, I'm tired of all these comebacks all the time. The Lakers need to set the tone early and be able to find their way at least to go ahead and get a nice lead and be the team that's fighting off the comeback this time around. That would be very helpful for the team this time.
Yeah, absolutely, Gerald. I'm completely on board with that. And again, let's see how this shakes out. It's going to be a tough test, but I think it's going to be a reasonable measuring stick to see where the Lakers stand so far in the season so far.
Once again, it is Laker Nick. Please go ahead and check out his great work that he does for us each and every time out, his great insight, and all the great stuff that he provides for us at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Hopefully, Sean will stop by as well. The Magic Man, Joe Soro, maybe even Stone Hansen. John McCallion stopped by last time around. So go ahead and check us out on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Be part of the fun there as we watch the Lakers, hopefully, start this road trip right and beat the Cavs. And then we follow it up with the best post game that's out there right here at the Lakers Fast Break. So for Laker Nick, it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching, listening. Truly appreciate it. We're heading on over here in just a couple minutes over to the Lakers and the Cavs on playback. Please join us there. And don't forget to go ahead and stop on by right here after the game, right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.